This is the brand new 2026 Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 and G16. And look, right off the bat, you can tell there's no major redesign here. And honestly, I'm totally okay with that because these were already two of the best looking gaming laptops you can buy. But what Asus did instead is a bunch of smaller improvements that add up to a better overall experience. The first thing they did was lid lighting. It still has slash lighting, but on the newer models, it looks more like a mirrored slash when the lights are off. On the older ones, you can see the little lines running across the entire lid, but the real upgrade comes to the amount of lighting zones. They went from 7 to 35. So now you've got way more lights across the back and obviously a lot more customization. Asus also added a bunch of default themes you can pick from. So for example, on startup and shutdown, the lights can behave a certain way. Same thing for sleep mode or closing the lid. And if you hit low battery or even turn on battery saver, the lighting changes again. So yeah, you can get pretty nerdy with it. Next up is the hinges. This was one of my biggest complaints on previous models. They worked okay, but the hinges could feel a little wobbly. This year, they're using the new EasyLift Hinge 2.0, and there's two big improvements about it. Number one, when you open it now, it just feels smoother. They increased the torque, so from the moment you lift it all the way back, there's a consistency to it. On the older ones, it felt tight at first, then smoother, and then tight again. And number two, it's the wobble. There's less now. The display doesn't bounce back and forth as much when you open it. It just feels refined in the right ways. The next thing is the ports. And look, the layout is mostly the same, but they swapped the order on the left-hand side for both of these laptops. On the older model, the USB-C came first, then the USB-A. On the newer one, USB-A comes first, then USB-C. But there's a big part, and this mostly pertains to the G14, because it now comes with an Intel CPU, and you do get that Thunderbolt support. Now don't be fooled, Asus is still going to keep an AMD version of the G14, which I'll talk about in a second. But the biggest port change is actually on the G14, because instead of that tiny micro SD card slot, you now get a full SD card slot, just like the bigger G16. But the biggest upgrade this year are hands down the displays. And look, both laptops keep the same refresh rate. The G14 is still 120 Hz, the G16 is still 240 Hz, and you still get that awesome 0.2 millisecond response time. But here's what's changed. Both displays are now Nebula HDR certified, which means they get a lot brighter, okay? Up to 1100 nits of peak brightness. That's basically double what last year was doing. And because they're factory calibrated, Asus says you're getting an average delta E under 1. So if you're watching like HDR content or playing games in HDR or even being outdoors a lot, they're going to look a lot better. In fact, they're going to look phenomenal on these panels because there's that peak brightness that can support the style of content. On top of all this, they've also added an ambient light sensor, so the laptop adjusts the brightness based on your surroundings. And look, it does a better job of keeping things from being too dark or too bright. But honestly, hitting 1000 nits peak brightness without going to some crazy tandem OLED setup is really impressive. It just shows how far OLED has come and how much more affordable it's getting to put great panels in laptops like this. Now, in terms of performance, I can't benchmark these yet because they're engineering samples, but there is a big change. Both the G14 and G16 are now rocking Intel processors, or more like the G14 is now rocking an Intel processor because the G16 had it before. But it's the new Panther Lake platform, the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra processor. And the idea here is efficiency plus performance. So it shouldn't be some massive jump in raw CPU performance, but what you should get is better heat management and better battery life. Asus says you can get up to 16 cores, 4 performance cores, 8 efficiency cores, and 4 low power efficiency cores. So for everyday stuff, the laptop should run cooler and obviously last longer. Now, if you're still stuck as an AMD person, Asus is still giving you an option. The G14 will still come in an AMD version, but it's basically a different tier. You're getting the older chassis, newer AMD CPU, but it will top out at around an RTX 5060, so it's obviously going to be sold at a lower price point. But there is some good news. Asus also increased the total TGP on both of these laptops. The G16, for example, last year was 130 watts in manual mode. This year, it's going up to 160 watts. So the RTX 5070 Ti shouldn't be starved at all in terms of power, and the higher GPU should benefit from it too. As for the G14, last year it topped out around 110 watts. Sometimes you could push it to 120, again in turbo or manual mode, but this year they're bumping it up to 130 watts. And in a 14-inch chassis, the extra headroom matters. The 5070 Ti is probably still going to be the sweet spot, but now it should be even better with that extra power. And they changed the bottom panel design. On the older models, you had these long little slits going across the bottom of the laptop. Now it's more of a circular cut-out pattern, and Asus says that's supposed to improve airflow and overall cooling. But I'm really curious to see how thermals compare to last year. Now, this is the internals of the G14, and look, they look pretty similar, but kind of flipped, right? So on the old one, NVMe SSD was on the left. On the new one, it's on the right. Obviously, you can swap this out for something bigger if you want to. Swappable Wi-Fi cards. This one is obviously Wi-Fi 7. Cooling looks somewhat similar, but you can tell there's a bit of a change in terms of the plates and copper they've placed on top. But just a little shout out again to this SD card slot. Like, they just shoved it in here and they did it perfectly. It does stick out a little bit more than other laptops, but it's really not a big deal. Battery size is 73 watt hours, so battery life improvement will come down to the processor itself. Now, the internals of the G16 is not an apple to apples comparison, because the G16 from 2025 that I have here is rocking a 5090, so it has the full vapor chamber. This is the 2026 5070 version. So you don't have the vapor chamber, but you do get that third fan. You still have 2 slots for NVMe SSDs like you do in the old one, swappable Wi-Fi card, and then of course the big 90 watt hour battery. So just like the G14, battery life will be better because the processor inside, not because of a bigger battery upgrade. So here's the thing, if you bought last year's model, this is obviously not a massive upgrade. But if you're coming from a G14 or a G16 from a few years ago, all these little changes definitely add up. The overall experience so far has felt more refined, better tuned, and that display upgrade alone is going to make HDR content and editing or working outdoors so much better. Either way, I'm going to be reviewing these at some point. So make sure to drop any questions you might have in the comment section down below, and I'll place a link in case you're interested in learning more. But look, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.